And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Okay, so yesterday I put out a video, of course, discussing the upcoming game, which was supposed to be last night against Ross County. However, after a few hours after that upload, obviously the game was confirmed by Ross County and Rangers to be postponed. Of course, that wasn't due to our playing surface, which is usually the case in Scottish football. Around this time of year, a lot of games do get called off due to playing services. Not really at Ibrox, not really at Celtic Park, but other stadiums throughout the country. This was down to Ross County players and Ross County staff being unable to travel down to Glasgow and it being unsafe for fans to do the same. And basically, that was the reason why it got called off. Now, obviously, after the fallout of this game being called off, there was a sort of mixed bag of supporters of how they feel. Some think it's a blessing in disguise. Some fans, obviously, a bit pissed off that we're going to be having another game in hand and that we can't go top of the table come the Old Firm clash on the 30th. The way I look at it, just because of our injuries at this moment in time, we've got around 8 players out, playing every 3 days. We're only going to have 2.5 days to prepare for the Old Firm. I'm actually pretty happy, to be honest. I wasn't worried about losing to Ross County or drawing or dropping points to Ross County at all, to be perfectly honest, but I was sort of having one eye on that Old Firm game on the 30th and thinking, right, well, we've got 2.5 days to prepare. Are we going to be playing another game? Are all the players going to be coming through unscathed? I'm not too sure. We've not really had a decent record in all our games throughout the Christmas period. There's always seems to be at least one player picking up an injury, so we can fight to live another sort of day. Obviously, on the sort of positive note with regards to this game being called off, I know people don't like that having games in hand, but if you look at it, we're going to be playing it sometime during the new year, those 2 matches, and basically we should have some new faces through the door by then, and of course some of the players that are already currently out injured will be back again and return to be fully fit. So again, I look at it more of as a sort of a blessing, and especially with having more time to prepare for the Old Firm derby and not being leggy ahead of it would do us a world of good, I personally believe. Again, I'm sort of nervous to it now. Of course, it is upcoming. It is the next match for us. Excited. I'll probably be excited on the day, but I did state earlier on, of course, a lot of fans stating I'm making excuses. No, just look at our injury problems at this moment in time. Again, I don't like to talk about injuries and complain about it. It is what it is. We're obviously going to field a team, but I'm not as confident as I probably would have been a few weeks ago when we had sort of John Lundstrom, Ryan Jack, everybody fit and available for this game. But it is what it is. I'm hoping that we can get a result for sure. However, again, I know some people took some criticism at me and said, damn, we don't play for a draw at Rangers. I'm not saying that I want a draw, by the way. I'm not saying that I want a draw. I want us to win, and come Saturday, I'll want us to win that game. But prior to the game, if I can sort of see at the end, I would take a draw at Celtic Park, and I don't think that's a defeatist mentality to have. Just currently at this moment in time with regards to our injuries, I would take a draw. The title will still be in our hands. We win our games in hand, we'd still go top of the league. So again, I don't think it's a defeatist mentality. Of course, on Saturday, come kick-off, I'll want us to win that match, and I'll be pissed off if we lose or draw. But at this moment in time, I would take a draw right now. But it is what it is. Now, in terms of other stuff, guys, of course, there was some football on yesterday. The Edinburgh Derby was an affair that was quite good. And actually, really, I watched the highlights of it. I didn't watch the game, but seeing that away section there with the stand, the away limbs and the away fans really enjoying the derby. The atmosphere at the Edinburgh Derby, it just goes to show what we're really missing out on these Old Firm matches these days. Rangers and Celtic, or Celtic and Rangers, need to sort of come together. I know Rangers tried to sort something out for this one, and it's in Celtic's hands with regards to the away allocation at this moment in time, but Rangers did stuff. They pulled the plug on the full stand in the first place, but this is something that these two clubs need to try and mend for the sake of the actual derby itself, because the scenes like that when Lawrence Shanklin scored the winner, we're sort of missing out on an away day like that. And it just makes the derby atmosphere so much more better. And yeah, something that really needs to be sorted out come hopefully next season. But again, we're not going to have any fans in attendance for our game against Celtic. we're going to have to do a march. Following that, of course, the Union Bears are going to be doing a send-off for the boys at Ibrox at 10 a.m. So if you're there or thereabouts and you want to join the sort of march, then you can join at 10 o'clock to give the send-off to the Rangers players. But again, look, it's still not the same when you don't have away fans in attendance, especially where the atmosphere is going to be just Celtic fans. But we have a good chance to basically shut them up. Here's hoping. But anyway, guys, obviously following that, a bit of a tangent there discussing the Edinburgh Derby. But look, fans are really all saying the same. Check social media today. Lawrence Shankland scoring yet another goal, scoring the winner. It was an unbelievable finish. You haven't seen it, by the way. It was in stoppage time to win the Derby. He did miss a penalty earlier on in the game. So did Hibernian. But, of course, Shankland did get the all-important winner. And it was a fantastic finish. And following that, of course, there has been many games so far this season where Rangers fans have voiced their praise for Shankland and the fact that we want to try and sign him this winter. And again, that's been the same following the Edinburgh Derby result. And yeah, a lot of fans taking to social media stating that we need to sign this player. Again, everybody kind of knows my opinion on the matter, and I think we do need to sign him. I think he could be a really good option for us, considering Hearts don't really create an awful lot. He's played 19 Premiership games so far this season and scored 11 goals for Hearts. And I said, I think Hearts, yes, they are in third at the moment, but they're not actually playing that great. Shankland has sort of carried them on his back. And as I stated, playing in a Rangers team where we do actually create a lot of chances, I think it could be a match made in heaven. I genuinely do. Some people question his pace and all that sort of stuff. But look, I think he could be a really good goal scorer for us, and hopefully maybe a potential option for us, certainly domestically. I don't think it will take us to the next level in European football standards, but certainly domestically, I feel he could make the point and do a job for us for sure, 100%. And he would be pretty cheap. A lot of people keep referencing a sort of Chris Boyd style of player. Chris Boyd, I think the all-time Scottish Premiership goal scorer. When of course from joining Rangers from Kilmarnock, and a player that does show sort of signs of being the same sort of quality player and could take us to that next level domestically. Because I don't think we have an out-and-out goal scorer at this moment in time. There has been a lot of snobbery towards Scottish players recently from both sides, from Rangers and from Celtic. But back in the day, this is who we used to shop for, and it used to work out fairly well. I can think of Stephen Naismith being a really good Scottish player, Kenny Miller being a really good Scottish player, of course Chris Boyd being a really good Scottish player. And I think with the service that we can create, the chances that we can create, I think Shankland could be a success at Rangers 100%. But again, the disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, look, as much as we're all wanting to sign him, fans wanting to sign him, everyone on social media wanting to sign him, ex-players wanting to sign him, pundits linking him to us, and of course reporters asking him questions about moves to Rangers, there is actually no concrete sources stating that Rangers are actually interested in Shankland at this moment in time, but things could change. Rangers fans, that's all I've got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts on the postponed game. Let me know your sort of early thoughts on the Old Firm Derby, and then of course let me know your thoughts with regards to Lawrence Shankland. Do you think we'll sign him this winter? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.